Hi, you guys. Welcome to Swipe Up to Chat late night, apparently. So we're trying something a little different because basically life is hard at 6 o'clock, isn't it?
It really is. And Tuesday's at 6 for some reason. And I think we both scheduled ourselves to do something else at 6 o'clock, even though we've been doing this for how long now?
A year, a year.
Crazy. We're
You know what?
crazy.
I think what happens is I forget what day of the week it is, and
Mm.
it just schedules me.
Hey, Ferg.
Hey, Ferg. See, and Ferg's awake at this time.
I
So,
love Ferg. Have you seen his pictures? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I've been called out for the way I say that. His pictures.
okay, so I should just say that apparently, and I never thought that people from Michigan had an accent and that we say anything different. But my friend put up this thing of all these different words that people from Michigan say, and apparently we don't say milk. We
You
say
say
milk.
milk.
No, we
Oh
say
my
milk.
gosh. I watched
And
this. Oh, sorry.
we
Go
don't,
ahead.
we don't wear clothes. We say clothes.
See, I think
Clothes.
that I say a lot of the same things that you say because I say clothes. I had never been called out for this word before, but apparently I say picture, like a picture of, something. But I mean, it's just a picture. Like, show me a picture of your family. Hey,
Exactly.
Cindy. Hey, Amber.
Hey,
And
guys.
it's so crazy that you were talking about milk because we say milk. There is this YouTube video, and it is all about these guys. It says, "Hey, can you hand me a glass of milk?" And he said, "You mean milk?" "Yeah, hand me a glass of milk." And then this other guy is like, "Why don't you just hand him a freaking glass of milk, man? Give him the milk."
And the other one is that apparently we don't like if there's a tea like buttons, nobody says it here. We say buttons,
Buttons. Yeah,
buttons. And everything like has like that thing that's cold that keeps my beverages and things
fridge.
that we call it a refrigerator. We don't call it a
Yeah,
refrigerator. It's a
I call it a
refrigerator.
fridge or a refrigerator.
I think you're from Michigan.
And maybe.
Well, we are
Oh.
twins. There we go. See? Proved it. So you guys, welcome to Swipe Up the Chat. We're trying a couple things, and then if you could put in our comments, that would be great, and let us know what you think about the later night, because we're thinking of switching it to later night, because 6 o'clock
Yes.
doesn't work. I think Thursday at 9 would be perfect.
Yes, at 9 Eastern, even 10 Eastern. Like, I'm okay with the late night because that's usually like everything's calmed down
Right,
and it's right about the time where I'm thinking about going to bed, but I need something to just, like take me down another level. And this actually might do it.
right.
Not that we're boring or anything. That came out
No,
totally wrong.
never. 9 o'clock would be better for me, because we all know that after 10 o'clock,
You're
sometimes
dusted?
I'm dusted, and so I am a little dusted right now. I'm just gonna say, it's been a very long day.
I'm actually drinking coffee just to stay awake. See?
I had a meeting at the church for Summerfest at 7, and we had dance pictures before that. So, and I worked all day. So, Ferg, you can't leave.
He's in training. He's at work, so he has to sneak.
Okay,
Not
I'll cut him
cool.
some slack. I'll cut him some
Ooh, I
slack.
need to put his place as a place I want to go. I didn't do that. I can't
I
believe it.
didn't either.
Have you
But
seen his pictures that he does? It's
I
amazing.
have. The man's got talent, and I kind of lump it into one of mine. So I will kind of do that when I say that. But guys, when we're talking about with our things that we're talking about, today's show is Hit the Road Jack. As in,
Don't you
Emily's
know
about to hit the road, Jack. Yeah, she's going to take off and go on another road trip. So we started talking about road trips and summer vacations. And I'm hearing so many people that are going away. They're going in Michigan. A lot of people actually don't leave the state during the summer. They go up north because
why?
we have the Upper Peninsula. We have a whole up north area with all of our Great Lakes and that. People
Hmm.
leave Michigan all winter long to go someplace warm. But during the summer, our summers are so beautiful here. A lot of times we don't go anywhere.
I
And
can
so
understand it because your winters are hell.
they are. It's like it is.
If
It's
hell was
like
frozen, it would be Michigan.
there is a hell, Michigan.
Mm.
So people say that they went to hell and back, but they just went to hell, Michigan.
I can see that. And I can see it being totally accurate in every sense of the word.
And I've never been there. So
That's why you're still smiling. I got to tell you, the first time I went to Michigan, it was so flipping cold. I had a pea coat. I had my scarf. I had my hat. Coming off of the airplane from Atlanta to Michigan, right? It was so cold. And then the wind, and I was, and everybody was evil. They were evil and mean and just.
Because we're miserable. Because we're miserable.
I swore I would never go back. And I went back.
And you liked it, didn't you?
I met a nice person. I met such a nice person when we were there, besides you and your family, that I was like, oh my gosh, I will definitely give Michigan another chance, because that was somebody that I would have met in the South. Like, they had Southern hospitality. So.
Absolutely. You know, there are actually a lot of really nice people up here, and Michigan is really a fabulous place to visit. And I mean, our lakes are amazing. They're beautiful. So definitely worth seeing. So let's start talking about some of our summertime vacations and our road trip essentials, because Emily is going to get in the car and hit the road.
I think I live on the road.
And she's going to drive to Michigan.
Maybe.
I think she would love to come back to Michigan, because I'll take her back to Cellar 49. Was it Cellar 59? Cellar 89?
Really nice guy was, but I'm not drinking right now, so.
But they have cheese.
I could do cheese.
And they have soda and water. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not from Michigan, this place is my daughter's favorite place, and it's called Cellar 49. Was it, or 59? Cellar something 9.
69?
Cellar and a number. I don't think it was that. I would remember that. But they have along the whole wall, they have all these different wines. And most of them are from Michigan, weren't they?
I think some of them were.
I think they were. And she's going back to, she hit the road for 14 out of South Carolina. I thought she was going back. Sandra, I got jealous for a minute. So anyway, this place has all these wines along the wall, and they just kind of pour them, and then they have all the craft beers from Michigan, and then they come out with this cheese plate, and
it was just delicious.
It was. I had the cheese, and I think I had water or soda. I don't know, but Emily got this whole
cheese
line
and olives and cheese
and
olives and
she got a whole line of Michigan craft beers, and I think, which ones did you like? You liked the Dirty Blonde, right?
And it was okay. There was one I really liked. I don't remember what it was, and I was going to take a case home with me, and I forgot.
Okay, so when you come up here, I'm sure that Samantha will hook you up. So anyway, Emily, do you want to go first, or would you like me to go first? And
well, I mean, whatever's clever, Traveler. I think I live on the road. Today I had, you know how Facebook memories post and you can reshare? 2 years ago today, we went on a road trip to California and back, and we're getting ready to do the exact same thing again. Hey, Kim. We're going to we put 6,000 miles on our car on that road trip, and I'm not going to be surprised if we put another 6,000. No, we put 8,000 miles last time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
while you're going through your list, I'm going to share a couple things out really quick, and I am going to pin our links so that people can jump in if they would like to.
I don't think anybody can click on that. I was trying to get into Kim's, and I couldn't click on Kim's. I'm wondering. Maybe it was just me. Well,
no.
So I basically live on the road, as I told you. I think one of the essentials you have to have is music. Oh my gosh. If you don't like music, if you don't like a variety of music, if you don't like loud music, I cannot drive with you. I am sorry. So I need my music.
It's in there. It's already in there. So there we go. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I need my music. And I need a huge playlist. So I need to have a subscription to either YouTube Red or Spotify or something like that. But then I also need my offline playlist because if something happens, right, we still need that. And then I need my CDs because there's certain music that will keep me awake, even if it's slow music, because I can sing to it and I know it. And so it just keeps me there, right?
Absolutely.
I need my audio books. So we'll do audiobooks on the road, but we'll also purchase books specifically for the trip. So the family will figure out which novel they want to listen to for that road trip and do that.
I feel like you're reading my list.
Am I? I'm not even going off a list right now. So why don't you do your list and then I'll just add to it.
Well, my very first one, and if you've ridden with me anywhere, you'll know why this is so true. For me, it's OnStar. I live and die by OnStar in the car, but you need to have OnStar, GPS, Google Maps. I guess there are apps like Waze, W-A-Z-E.
I love Waze. Oh my gosh, Waze is my
jam.
So
make sure you have one that you are comfortable with and that you can use. Now, for me, it's OnStar because I can press it and I can get a live person. And no matter how panicked I am, I can say, I totally have no idea where I am. I need your help. And not that I've ever done that.
Okay.
But,
whatever. Yeah, I'm with you.
OnStar was created for me.
And I'm saying,
Atlas,
you need to bring, you have to have an atlas with you because
I do.
There's not reception everywhere. And sometimes things go out and you know, you need to know where you're going. And sometimes you just like to go off the beaten path and dead batteries. I've been stuck in detours before and my Waze or whatever GPS I had at the time, it kept like turning me in a U-turn. And I'm like, I can't go this way. Which way do I go? And it just kept going back to the same place.
We were on Disney's property. The girls and I were, and it was, Tom was gone. So it was just the girls and I with the rented car on GPS. This was like the first time I'd ever done that without him. And we kept trying to find our resort. We could not find our resort. You know why? It kept sending us in circles. Disney scrambles GPS. You cannot, it does not work on Disney property.
Really?
If it does, you've got some high-tech powered GPS, because even my friend that works there says, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, because I finally called Jay and Sally. I'm like, I can never find this place. And he was laughing. He's like, how many loops did you make? I'm like, 6. Help me. You know?
That's evil.
That is so funny. Amber says, I like the time I get to check in. Yes. The later time. Yes. I'm so glad.
Yeah,
so there she is. I think
she
so
also
too.
said Thursday was good too.
Thursday's great. Okay. So number 2, a cooler. I've got to have a cooler. My drinks have to be cold. So whether it's soda, water, juice, whatever it is, it better not be alcoholic. It has to be cold for me. And then, I mean, there's always those snacks. If you've packed a sandwich or this or that, just have a cooler. Have it stocked. Always.
I do like to have a cooler. Honestly, you know, I'm that kind of person that I would rather stop 5 million times. I used to just want to drive all the way through because you don't want to stop at the bathroom and everything like that. But I started getting leg cramps. And I would purposely stay dehydrated so I wouldn't have to drink. And it wreaked havoc on my body. And it leads to bladder infections and you get leg cramps. And so I'm saying with Sandra, what she said, keep the water going. You want to stay hydrated. Yes, definitely in the cooler. And with the snacks, I don't know if you've seen this. You guys know I do jewelry, right? So the jewelry boxes that you get at Walmart or like tackle boxes or anything, we'll go ahead and we'll put like fresh fruit in there or vegetables. And then it closes nice. It stacks up really nice. It goes in the cooler really nicely. You can do, you know, the coffee mates.
Yes.
When those are done, you can like fill those with, you know, goldfish or whatever for the kids. I really like having snacks that are packed, or celery and peanut butter. Just have your peanut butter halfway down and shove your celery into the jar.
And this, absolutely. Definitely. So you want snacks in there that are portable and aren't going to totally trash your car. Now, if you've got a toddler and you're giving them goldfish crackers or Cheerios, they're going to be all over your car. Just be prepared for it.
Now, see, to me, the car is to have fun. So, yeah, you want to clean it, But if I'm going to the beach and I'm not going to get all the sand off me,
Nope.
and I'm not going to get completely dry or anything, my car is to take me to fun places. So
Exactly. So there are some people that might have a heart attack about that, but my car is not going to be perfectly clean because it does. I'm with them. It takes you to fun places. Do you
before
bring
you
your
move
pillow?
on, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Before
I
you
do
move on with the snacks, I do have to say,
too.
I totally recommend like sunflower seeds
Yes.
or something really tiny that is not a lot of calories or anything like that
Right.
that you continually chew on. Because when you're driving a lot, it doesn't matter if you've had 8 hours of sleep or not. After a while, you're tired. So
It's like
that
that
kind of
tunnel
stuff will
vision.
keep you up.
It's
Yeah.
like that tunnel vision. You get tired even though you're not tired.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I get it. I get it. I think that's why kids fall asleep in the car so quick.
Yeah.
So yes, my pillow, you guys. First of all, if you've seen me on Facebook at all, you know that I love my comfy bed full of pillows. So if I can't have my comfy bed full of pillows, and it is full of pillows, I'm gonna bring one or two or sometimes three in the car with me.
1 or 2 or 3, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Well,
You
because
know,
you have to have one if you're the passenger. I mean, not if you're driving. If you're driving, it's a little more difficult. But if you're the passenger, I have to have one here. I usually put one underneath my knees, and I don't know why, but I think it comes from when I had babies and I would put a pillow on my lap. I'll put
mhm.
a pillow on my lap too. I don't know why.
There's something comfortable about like
Yeah,
having a pillow in your lap. It just kind of covers you up without covering you up.
yes.
But even when you're driving, I like one behind my back sometimes,
Hmm.
and I like sitting on it sometimes,
Yes,
So
definitely. Definitely the pillow. So now those of you that don't have multiple pillows like that, fix that.
you can also make pillows. This is really
You
cool.
can.
You can make a pillow that goes on your seatbelt.
Yes.
And when you have it on your seatbelt, it goes like on your neck and everything like that. But you can put a little pocket in it so you can tuck some little stuff in there, which I think is really cool.
I have seen those and they're very cool. You can buy them on Etsy. Etsy, is that how you say that?
Etsy, yes.
Yeah. It's like Pinterest crack. That's what it is.
That's Pinterest character stuff that you can buy from Pinterest.
Right.
That's funny.
So,
With the pillow for the people in the back, if you plan on sleeping in your car, or if you just in the back, air like pool toys, like
yes,
air mattresses. You just like blow those up, and that's like a nice little cushiony thing for people to be able to lay on and stuff.
it is. It is. It's a little difficult to stay seatbelted in, but
I knew you were going to say that, but whatever.
I know, whatever. I am a stickler for the seatbelts. I'm sorry. I just am.
I am too. But everyone, so when you pull over to a rest stop or something, you have something to lay on.
Right, exactly. So when you pull over safe and sound on the side of the road, exactly. We already talked about snacks, but what is your favorite one? What is your you have to have it in the car?
Nothing.
Pringles.
Ew.
Ew.
Funyuns.
Pringles.
Funyuns.
They cut the roof of my mouth. It's like they make the roof of my
Hot.
mouth raw.
Red hot Funyuns. I really don't have to have anything. I think if I have to do something and it's a long trip, it has to be, I hate sunflower seed, pumpkin seeds.
I do like pumpkin seeds. Yes, I do like them. But Pringles,
Gum.
yes, gum. We always have to have Pringles and mints. Always have like some kind of mint because you've been in the car for a while. People would appreciate.
Since you're talking about that, I drove on this road trip from Georgia to Arizona with this girl who was the stinkiest thing I had. Ugh. There was like 5 of us in the car, 6 of us in the car. It was a van. We rented it together. She smelled so nasty. Like everybody smelled her. Dude, bring some baby wipes and some deodorant and save the lives of those around you. So they save your life so that we don't kill you.
That is the next one on my list. Baby wipes to freshen up or wipe up messes. But yeah, freshen up. I mean, come on. First of all, if you might have some issues with those odors, please check that before you get in the car with other people because we don't want to smell it. And I gotta be honest with you.
Just assume that you smell and take care of it.
When I'm tired, it's gonna come out of my mouth. So I might say to you, ew, why do you yeah, I know. They're gonna I will. When I'm tired, it will come out. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that smell? And people are like, so you better freshen up. But I mean, why not want to have it for yourself? Because I don't know about you, like, especially like on our pantry days, I keep people laugh at me. I keep baby wipes on my supply cart for pantry days. Why? On those super hot days, I will go around and give all my volunteers a baby wipe because when you've been outside and you're hot and whatever, just it's like a new person. You just wipe your face and wipe some, your arms, whatever.
I used to work at Walgreens in Reno, the overpass of 80, and that
God.
was the pit stop for everybody going to Burning Man. We would sell case upon case upon
Going
case.
where?
Burning Man. You never heard of it?
No.
Look it up. It's a big art thing, druggy art, like cool. But I mean, a lot of stuff goes on out there, and it's in the middle of the desert. There's no toilets, there's no showers, and everybody barters. There's no like money or anything. So people stock up on water to use as bartering and stuff. Well, people go out there and there's none of these facilities. Plus they have sex and they're doing drugs and all this other stuff. So then they come back in and they smell like that. And like smelly people just are not okay. And yeah, baby wipes will go a long way. Maybe they should start bartering that because I don't want to smell that ever again in my life. It was like dead people on steroids.
I've never had to deal with that, but I have had a car full of, or a van full of my son's baseball team, and trust me, it's just as bad.
Comes in a close second, yeah.
It's just as bad. There are not much worse smells than a bunch of teenage boys that have been playing sports. It's the nastiest thing. His friends would get in the car. I'm like, roll the window down. Roll the window down.
Well, why, Mom?
I know.
And they can't smell themselves. Why?
No, they don't have a clue. I have no idea. They don't have a clue. I'm like,
oh my
stink.
gosh.
So, all right. So we're done with stinky. How about Motrin?
I need
or Tylenol. Always
I
have
need a
something.
first aid kit. And
Right.
mine has to be ibuprofen, which is Advil, Motrin, that kind of stuff. But there's so many things you can put in there. Visine, eye drops.
Visine, yes.
Oh my god, safety pins.
Chapstick.
Oh my god, lotion.
Yes.
Yes.
And hand sanitizer.
Eh. Did I just gross you out?
Oh,
it reminded me of, that song, I'm licking up a baby bumblebee.
I cannot do that song. One of my dancers wanted to do that because the preschool kids do a lot of singing, and she's like, "Can we do the baby bumblebee song?" I'm like, "No, I don't know the words."
Liar. That's when I'll be, I'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. So I
love
Dustin,
Brie for loving that song.
I'm Dustin. You love Brie for loving that song. I'm not seeing any comments, so I will just count
Brie
on you.
Brie says, OMG, I love that song. Yes.
That is so funny. Okay, so we talked about first aid kit. I kind of lump in with that your car emergency kit.
Yes.
So, if you have jumper cables, all those things. And how about the manual to your car?
Yes.
Just in case something breaks down and they say, well, what kind of oil or what kind of this or that do you need? I don't know. Because when it happens, it's going to happen when you have no service and you can't look on your smartphone for those answers. So have that in the
We
car
have
with
broken
you.
down in the middle of the Nevada desert, between Reno and Vegas. It's like a 7-hour drive.
Right.
No reception whatsoever. Yeah. Bring all that stuff. And a flashlight.
Yes.
And candles, because if you have candles, then if you're waiting for a tow truck or something, at least you have like something that, a little ambiance or something.
Well,
and a bottle of wine or a chocolate.
Definitely chocolate. Make sure you have a car charger or chargers. If you are traveling with multiple people, make sure you have the kind where it has the dual thing where you can both plug in.
Yes, you need multiple chargers. Yes. You can also, a really cool hack is your iPad. You can hang it on your visor, not in the driver's seat, but as like a movie TV.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing to do. That's awesome. So we've covered, how about you said audiobooks, which I had on my list too. And your music, I kind of laughed because I was going through that. Because of it for me, I've got XM radio because I'm a baby. And also, well, I'm not a baby, I'm a princess, I'll just say it. So I've got my XM radio and then I use my iPad. I do have an iPod, but guys, my iPod is so old that the charger doesn't even stay in anymore. I constantly have to reconnect it. I think it's a generation.
I had the mini.
I think it's a Gen 2. I have an iPod Touch. I think it's a second generation. It might be the third, but it's not any newer than that, let me tell you.
That's funny.
It is. But, I love it. And I don't want to get rid of it because there's a lot of stuff on there that I really love. I'm afraid to plug it into anything other than the charger because I'm afraid I'll lose everything.
I can understand that.
But, yeah, make sure you have your iPad, your iPod, your XM radio, your CDs. If you've got one of those cars, maybe your cassettes. You remember those? Or how about your 8-track?
Maybe you have an 8-track still.
You might have an 8-track. Yep. Make sure you have whatever you need. And those of you who are too young, Bree, to know what an 8-track is, they were these big, giant things that they played music
She's
on.
sitting there going, I know what they are.
Because I know she's the same age. You guys, I'm going to age myself. Bree, I love her, is the same age as my son. I know, right?
Wow. Nothing to make you feel like you are the most awesome person on the face of the earth because you got so much wisdom.
Yeah, is that what it is? How about I bought tickets to my 30th class reunion?
Oh, wow.
I feel like I need to wash my mouth out with soap after just saying
that. This is why I don't do class reunions. I don't do birthdays. I mean, I feel young and I have no idea how old I really am because,
I can tell you because we're twins.
So I have a couple more things. If you have a cup and you don't have a lid for it or something, if you have some of the saran wrap, the press and steel stuff, you can put that over the top and just pop the straw through that. Yeah. Always bring a Ziploc bag that has napkins, utensils, because, if you're going to you bring the food or, you go on a picnic, something like that. Sometimes you don't have that kind of utensil stuff. Toilet paper.
Yes.
Toilet paper. A trash can. So I think if you those cereal Tupperware things.
Yeah.
Those make perfect. Yeah. They make perfect trash cans. You just put a little bag in there and put the lid on it and it doesn't fall anywhere.
I have one up there. But there's no trash in it.
I'm always finding, for some reason, I need rubber bands, paper clips, those, those clips that are huge that you put on like
chip clips.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll use them because you can use them if your cell phone holder breaks, you can put a rubber band around your vent and put your cell phone in there. And also a bath caddy. A washing caddy, you know what I'm talking about? Because that, you can put it in the middle of you and the passenger.
And you can put all kinds of stuff in there.
Your burger, your soda, that could be your diner dash.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's funny because you bring hair ties for that. I always have a hair tie in my purse, in my backpack that has my computer and all that, but I always have one here unless I'm going someplace fancy. And people will say to me, what is that band on your wrist? What does that mean? Because people wear those other bands. I'm like, it means I'm going to pull my hair up at some point.
Yeah.
But they'll say that all the time. What is that? What is that on your wrist? So those of you that don't think Jake is a watchdog, nobody's getting in this house without being an alert happening. So that was just Samantha coming in. Can you imagine?
So I have a question, Katie.
Sure.
Have you taken a lot of road trips?
I have. We're a military family. We have driven cross country a bajillion times.
Do you just go to where you're going, your destination? How do you plan out your road trips? Do you make them fun? Like what?
It depends where we're going. When we're coming home, usually, like when we went on most of our road trips, we were going somewhere with a purpose. Like we were either moving from one place to the other, or we were coming home on leave. And so we would plan ahead of time, loosely, because if you have kids, that all changes, where we were going to stop, because we knew we were going to stay the night in some places. And if there was something to see along the way, we would do that. Not always, though. But when I think the last road trip I went on, I went to New York with my mom. And so we just drove straight through. But when we went to Kiowa Island in South Carolina, we made several stops. So we stopped and if we know people are along the way, we'll stop and see them. Mm-hmm. If there's something really cool that we want to see along the way, we'd go do that. So we actually stopped in Charleston and went to a minor league ball game just for the heck of it on our way in.
Oh,
so,
cool.
I mean, just different things that you look for. If there's something cool, absolutely, we want to see it. There have been times that we've stopped just because of a sign that we saw that looked cool, and we went. But it really depends on where you're going and why.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you're on a time schedule, then you really can't do a whole lot of off the road stuff. But
I don't like going on a road trip if I'm on a time schedule. Really. What we
think about me. When do I not have a schedule?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I'd ever go on a road trip with you.
I'm always on a schedule.
So what I like to do is we like to give everybody in the car one place that they have to see.
Okay.
So when we went on this one, it was my sister wanted to go to Roswell, New Mexico, because
Really?
That was when the show Roswell was big and she was into, the aliens and everything like that. My husband wanted to go to the Crawfish Festival in Louisiana. I wanted to go to Cedar Point, Ohio. And so what we did was we just made this road trip, and the only have-tos that we did were those places. Mm-hmm. And even then, like the only thing that we had to be at a certain date was the Crawfish Festival. Everything else was basically open. And There's this place, it's called roadtrippers.com, and you can actually type it in and it will give you your route, and you can move it around and stuff, and you can choose hotels, attractions, national parks, weird stuff. So there's I have stopped next to, I don't know what the full comment is on the petrified thing, but I've stopped at many petrified places that were really cool.
We've stopped at several things that were just really cool on the way. We usually have a list of things that when we get to places, we have to do this, this, and this. And so we make sure that we all do them. Somebody wants to say hello. That's my road trip. Say hello.
Hi.
Hello.
They can't see you. You got to be in the screen to
She's like, I don't care, Mom.
Where's the screen?
You can see. Look, do you see you? There you go.
She reminds me of my cousin. So cute.
She is cute.
But there are plenty of places that you can go online. Roadside America. You can type in all these weird places. Thrillist.com. And weird and unique and amazing places. So we got to go see. Have you heard of the Paperclip Museum?
Yes.
So it's this little tiny thing, but we got to go see it. Or there's this restaurant that throws rolls. Just across the restaurant, you're like, I want a roll, and the waiters will throw it at you and stuff. So we got to go there.
I would be getting hit in the head by that because I cannot catch.
Can I have a thing of bread, right?
You people saying their favorite vacations yet?
I can't see my comments, but if you go to Facebook, you can see them. You could watch us. It's an amazing thing.
I don't know where my phone is. So.
Here, I'll pull up the comments. Emily, keep going. I'm finding comments so Samantha can see our favorite things.
Your favorite things.
Emily, what are your top places to go see?
Oh, okay, let's get into that. But this time when we go to Nevada, I lived in Nevada for 10 years, and Bonnie and Clyde's death car is there, and I've never even seen it. And even the shirt that he died in, you can go, there's over 100 bullet holes in it, and I definitely want to go see that. But you can like find out where all these little things are, and it's really cool to be able to plan your trip around that kind of stuff.
We went to well, I'll tell it after we get there. Let's talk about our top vacations.
Okay.
We'll go.
You know how hard this was?
We'll go one for one. You do one, I'll do one. How's that sound?
Okay. This was so hard. And then when Ferg jumped on and he's like, "Hi guys," I'm like, "Oh yeah, I want to go to New Zealand."
That can't be your number one.
It's I was just going through.
I wasn't there.
I was My number one trip cannot be what I have it listed as because Samantha wasn't with me.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't. It's not in order. I just picked.
Mine are not in order either.
10 places I want to go because I want to go all over the place.
And that was really hard because I wanted to pick more than 10.
Yeah, I had to stop. I'm like, I can't do it anymore. So the first place, Northern Lights, Iceland.
Okay, so this is bucket list for you.
Oh, bucket list?
Yeah, this is
okay.
Well,
I have a couple bucket lists on mine.
Is it really a bucket list if you're really going to do it?
Well, when I call it a bucket list, I call it things that I want to make sure that I do before it's too late.
Okay.
I want to make sure it happens in my life. If it's on my bucket list, it's something that I want to have happen.
I'm not dying.
And I'm not. Well, we're all dying.
Nope, I'm never going to die. I'm going to be eternally here.
But I constantly update mine because as I get to do one of my bucket list items, I add other things, right?
Do you really have a bucket list?
Oh, absolutely. It's like right here. Absolutely.
I don't have one.
I do. I have
Wow, maybe I should get one. I'm a girl of many lists, but not a bucket list.
I have a bucket list. So Northern Lights is yours, huh? That would be very cool.
In Iceland. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is not a bucket list item. I've actually been here, but I want to go back again. Kiowa Island in South Carolina. Absolutely one of the most beautiful places in the United States that I've ever been. It is.
Really? And that's so close to me.
It is. It's down Seaport Village, or is it Seabrook Village or something? It's down, I think it's south of Myrtle Beach.
How do you spell that?
Kiawah, I believe. They held the PGA finals there back in 2012. And beautiful. The golfing is beautiful. It's amazing, but the beach is just pristine. And I mean, the dolphins, dolphins all over the place, and they do strand feeding. If you don't know what that is, look it up. They have videos on YouTube. It's very cool.
Nice. I think I was a little bit spoiled because I grew up Monterey Bay Peninsula area, Pacific Grove, Big Sur, and these are all places that when you look online, they're like top places to go visit. So I got to go see that. I've not been to a lot of places in North Carolina or Florida, and I've lived here about 10 years.
We're going to Monterey, California next fall.
Maybe I can meet you.
That's when Tom graduates.
Oh, I can meet you, and I can take you over to my cousin's silver shop, and we can get some silver jewelry.
It sounds cool. Very cool. All right, what's your next item?
Next one. I want to do the overwater bungalows in Bora Bora.
Oh, see, now I'm adding to my list. I forgot about that.
Right? Like I gotta do
the overwater bungalows. You can listen in here.
We're only kind and sweet to the people that aren't from here. Once you change your license plate over to whatever the South state is, we harass you and kill you.
No, she said she's only sweet to the people that have the same license plate. Anyway.
Yeah, we're mean to locals. I found that out. when I changed my Nevada plates to Georgia plates. It went from being super nice to me to wanting to cut me.
I don't discriminate.
Well, that's what they say here all the time. I will cut you.
Yep.
Not discriminate.
Okay.
So, all right. So my next one is, and this is not bucket list again either. This is just one of my favorite places. I really do believe it is the happiest place on earth. Yes, it is Disney. I love Disney. And I have been there like 5 times, 6 times.
You're talking about Disney World?
Absolutely. Disney World.
It's
Love.
not that far from me, is it? It's just a couple hours.
I don't know how far it is to Orlando from you, but I love it.
You know how many times I've been?
You haven't, have you?
I've been 3 times, and it's the happiest place in the whole wide world.
Can you hear Samantha in the background?
But growing up, I lived right next door to Disneyland, and we used to go like 3 or 4 times a year.
Now, my friend has been to both Disneyland and Disney World, and she likes Disney World better.
Oh, absolutely. I think Disneyland would be like a hillbilly place compared to Disney
Right.
World, wouldn't it?
I love her. Oh, Cindy's daughter works in the Magic Kingdom. If you guys know Sally Shaw, her husband works at Epcot.
I need to go before I move.
I do. I absolutely. I love Disney. Did the detail that Disney pays attention to on everything is worth it. So even if you're not a ride person, but they've got some really fun rides too. And I am a ride
the
person.
Atmosphere. They make sure that the atmosphere is clean and pleasant.
Now, Bree loved Universal Orlando, and we didn't go because we knew we wanted to do Disney, and the cost to get in Universal, I thought, because the only thing we wanted to see was Harry Potter World, I just thought, no.
I think I'd be more of a Universal girl myself.
Yeah, I'm definitely more, but I'm more of a Disney girl. I mean, come on. It's got princesses, glitter, and Dole Whip ice cream.
And this is where we separate in our twinness.
It is. It is, absolutely. So what is your next one on your list?
Santorini, Greece.
Oh, see, that's there too. I like that one.
Yes, I'm going to have to do that for real.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So beautiful. Just beautiful. I want to go.
I do. I want to go. It's funny. I want to go to Greece, and I had the opportunity and I couldn't because they were having, remember Yugoslavia when that was a thing? There was like civil war there, and my mom didn't want me to drive through. We had to drive through to get there. But I really want to go to Croatia. The beaches in Croatia are so gorgeous. So many places over there.
I bet. Absolutely. Now, I keep hoping that we can get, I keep hoping the Army will send us someplace like that. Tom applied for Livorno, Italy.
Mm-hmm.
On the coast of Italy, and I mean he made the list. They even, I mean, the colonel even called him to kind of go through some of the details of what he'd have to do, and then they never filled the position.
What?
I know, right? I'm like, come on.
Not fair. Okay, what's your next place?
Okay, so my next place, you're gonna laugh when I say this, Las Vegas.
Why?
Now, here's the thing.
Have you been in?
Yes, I don't gamble and I don't drink, and we didn't. Here's why I liked Las Vegas, and I think everybody should go at least once.
But not in the summer.
We did. We went in August. We went, and I think it's very cool to go through the hotels and see the different things. And I loved the Bellagio. It was beautiful. They always have a different display. It's spectacular.
Yes.
And I loved all the shops in Caesars. That was great. We didn't see any shows. I think the Fremont experience is definitely worth experiencing because it's just the best people watching I've ever seen in my life. But we went to the Hoover Dam. We went on the Hoover Dam tour, and then we went and did the Lake Mead cruise and tour there. And we went to Red Rock Canyon. And I mean, we were only there for 4 days, but we saw a lot, and it was spectacular. So definitely everybody should go at least once.
I'm thinking you're a vacation, like you like the stuff that's made for tourists, huh?
No, not necessarily. Some I do, some I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, some I do and some I don't. And when we went to Red Rock Canyon, trust me, it was not a tourist thing.
Oh, yeah. There's some really beautiful places there. I can't stand the heat. I can't.
But that's what air conditioning's for. So you go, you're hot, you get back in your car, you cool down. I can do that. That's not a problem. The Hoover Dam, though, I have to tell you, was one of the most amazing things that I've seen. And I had no idea the detail of the history to it. I mean, you learn about it at school and that, but it was totally different, totally not what I expected. And it was definitely worth it.
There's some things that you can't. It doesn't matter how many pictures you see of it. You can't. Colorado, the mountains. Yeah. It doesn't matter what pictures you see.
I haven't done yet, and I want to go. Tom's been there.
Majestic. The Hoover Dam, another one. What's that big careen thing?
The Grand Canyon.
There you go. Oops.
What's that big Korean thing? I mean, I've heard of it. They're like rocks
Something.
and like. I heard the Brady Bunch went there once.
And Partridge Family. I mean, just my brain. It's a wonderful place.
Oh my gosh. I am so dusted. It's so funny.
So my next one is Galapagos Islands.
That one would be cool. That's they have the sea turtles in that, right?
They have so much wildlife there. Like if you're an animal lover, yeah.
That would be very cool. That would be one that would be interesting. It wasn't on my list, but yeah, that way I can see
big
that.
hole in the ground.
Well, the big hole in the ground, yeah. Where are you going on vacation? Oh, to the big hole in the ground. Everybody goes there. You've heard of it, right?
I'm sure you have. I just
Yes, I'm sure that's what they call it, the big hole in the ground.
So they call it in my family.
Exactly. They might not call it that in your family, but that's what we call it.
Okay, yours. That was a perfect description, Bree. What are you talking about?
How did I get that out of your brain?
That Korean thing.
The funny thing is we have been able to totally understand what the other person is saying with like the least amount of clues. It's funny.
We might be good at like Pictionary or charades or something.
I think you're right. I think we're going to have to, this will happen. So my next one, and I'm almost to my bucket list, but right now this is another one that I went to, and this is someplace, this was an adventure for us.
Okay.
We do armed forces vacations, and so they don't always have stuff that you can plan too far out. So a lot of times we just have to look and say, okay, we want to go on vacation at this time. What's available? And the reason we do that is because we can get condos so cheap, so cheap. And so
stinking cheap.
Driving there or flying there, it makes it easier. So we went to Ocean City, Maryland for spring break several years ago, and literally had a condo just across the street from the beach. It was this beautiful condo, a hot tub. It was gorgeous for like $300 for the week. It was perfect.
Wow.
Exactly. That's why I said it's worth going. This was the most the beach is always amazing. The boardwalk was, and I know those of you from New Jersey are going to say the Jersey boardwalk is better, and I'm sure it is, but I had never been to something like this, and it was incredible. But then we also went to, and this is funny because I don't like horses, but it was still, horses are right up there with birds, just so you know.
Are you serious?
Well, I do have some reasons. I've seen some horrible things happen with horses, and they really scared me, but this was very cool. There's a place called Assateague Island that we just kind of happened to find while we were there. This was an adventure, and there's wild horses all over the place there. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. It was just really cool.
Sounds gorgeous.
Definitely a place to go see and explore. So.
Okay, so you were talking about Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Amalfi Coast in Italy.
Ooh.
I just want to go just explore the whole thing. Night, Cindy.
Ooh. Okay, good night, Cindy. Kim would like to challenge us to a game of Pictionary. And ladies, be careful what you ask.
Because
that.
I think
that might be a show in our future. So I think it has to happen, and we will plan it. I'm good at it.
I suck.
I'm very good at it. So the Amalfi Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been there, or is it just a place you want to go?
None of these places I've been to. I've been to a lot of places, but why would I want to go on vacation to places I've already been?
Well, because sometimes I want to go back because I didn't see everything I wanted to when I was there.
Yeah, no, I just want to see new places.
Or I didn't do it the way I wanted to. So
right.
My next one is Cancun, which I have been to, and I want to go back. I love the beach. I absolutely love the beach. But we don't just stay in the hotel and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Go out and do the adventure stuff in that. And we did one of those tours that let us go zip lining over and into the water and diving into the
Is that where you have the picture where you were jumping off? Okay,
yes.
gorgeous.
But the one of the things that we wanted to do is we wanted to cenotes. That's what they are, diving into the cenote sinkholes. They have one where you can do the ATV mud, the mud tour and that where you're driving those mud, all that kind of stuff. So there were other things that we really wanted to do that we didn't get to do. And so I want to go back and do some of those things. And I want to see other parts of Mexico because it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous.
If you haven't been,
I haven't.
Treat yourself. We went for our 25th anniversary.
I actually have never done anything all inclusive, and that's something that I want to do before I die.
That was the only one we did, and we will do it again. It was definitely worth it for us. I'm not a cruising kind of girl. I don't like cruising. That's not something I want to do. I was a travel agent for a long, long time, and so I know all about them.
I've only been on one cruise.
It's not my thing.
I really like it. I'll try it again to see, but
no. It's too confining for me, and I know people are like, really? It's a big ship. It's too confining, and if you go off on a shore excursion, it's not enough time. I don't want to be rushed.
And I'm not a tourist person.
I want to be able to do, I want to be able to do what I want to do.
Yeah, and I also like my whole thing is culture. I want to see what the locals do.
Right. Absolutely.
My next one is Bali.
Okay, so that's my next one as well.
Okay, so the one after that is Singapore. I've always wanted to go to Singapore. I've got to go see the cleanest place on the face of the earth.
That is where Nat's just moved back to.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. So
and
beautiful.
I know she's not like it feels like she like left us, but she didn't because she's still like right there on Snapchat. But I still feel like she like left us. It's the weirdest thing.
That's so funny.
I didn't realize that her husband was here on contract. I thought that she married a soldier is what I thought. So I didn't know. I just learned that. Okay, my next one is on my bucket list. It's Hawaii. I've not been to Hawaii, and I would desperately love to go. Good night, baby.
Good night. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay. I want to.
There,
yeah.
And I got to tell you, you have to go.
I really want to. Tom Miller has no desire to go to Hawaii. And my mom is going next winter for the third time.
Oh my gosh. Hawaii is actually, there is one. I mean, some of the top beaches are on Hawaii, and I left it off the list because I lived there. So, I wanted to do new things.
Right.
But I would go back to Hawaii in a heartbeat.
If I can make it happen, I'm definitely buying a plane ticket and going next winter and seeing my mom there because she'll have a condo that's going to fit. So,
hey, can I go?
If we can make it work, why not? I mean, they've got I think they get a 2 or 3 bedroom condo. When my mom goes somewhere like that, she's gone for a month.
That's what a vacation needs to be. This 1 and 2 week stuff.
No, she goes for 3-4 weeks, and that's what they do. So they're going back to Hawaii, and I want to go.
That's awesome. You should definitely.
What's your next one?
Oman Oasis and Al Khalouf Beach in Oman. And this is weird. Oman is a country in the Middle East.
Okay.
So
Oman is what I've heard it is. Okay.
Okay, whatever. Oman,
I could be wrong, but that's what I thought it was.
You say Great Grand Canyon, I say hole in the world, whatever.
It makes sense to me. I mean, I totally understood you. So go ahead.
So there's this oasis that's gorgeous. And obviously I would have a hard time going there because it's the Middle East. And even though I love that culture, there's still things. Right. So like at this oasis, it's usually just the men that go. The women don't go because it's too immodest, stuff like that. Right. But being a tourist, I think in the right conditions, I could. But it's just like this beautiful oasis that I want to swim in and one of the best beaches in the world. So I have to go.
I wonder if anybody on here has traveled to the Middle East as a tourist, because as an American tourist, I don't know how that goes.
Well, you definitely wouldn't be wearing bathing suits and stuff. You would be swimming in shirts and pants, and you have to respect the culture.
I know when the U.S. soldiers were in Saudi Arabia, when Tom was stationed there, if a female went off base. She couldn't drive for one, and she had to be covered. I mean, she had to be covered.
Yeah.
So I just wondered. So if anybody has gone as a civilian to like, you know, any of these places before this
And there's
war
places
is
that I
going on.
want to go that I wouldn't go because of the way the world is right now.
Yes, me too.
But that doesn't take away their beauty.
Exactly. Me too as well. Absolutely. Okay, my next one, I'm lumping it together, Australia and New Zealand together. Absolutely have to go do both. I need to.
Yes, me too. I do, but it's not on here.
I love your soundtrack behind you.
Oh, my daughter's singing, right? You hear it?
Uh-huh.
So apparently, I'm going to say this wrong too. There is a national park in Florida, and I haven't really explored Florida, but it's called Dry Tortugas
I don't know how to
National
say it.
Park.
Uh-huh.
So I have to go there. Like, look it up. It just looks totally amazing.
I'm gonna have to ask my mom about it. My mom is a national park kind of girl. They've been to like almost all of them here in the U.S. They go all over the place. And so I'm gonna
I
have to
think
ask them.
national parks are underrated. There's gorgeous stuff out there.
I have done several of them. They are very cool. Here is one you all need to go to, Mackinac Island.
Where's that?
And it is Michigan. So, okay, the Mitten State. Okay, so if you're going all the way up, Mackinac Island is kind of, it's up at the tip, but off. It's off. It's an island on its own. There are no cars allowed on the island
Ooh.
at all. It's horses or bicycles. It is absolutely beautiful. If you've seen that movie Somewhere in Time with Jane Seymour, I think?
Yes, and
oh,
Reeve.
Christopher Reeves. Yeah, that was on Mackinac Island.
Yeah. I want to go. Can you believe I saw that?
Yes, absolutely. I can.
Oh my
Absolutely
gosh.
beautiful.
That's a
And
good movie.
fun fact, my bestie Cindy in Louisiana, she lived on Mackinac Island when she was a little girl
is a
for
gorgeous-
several years.
That movie was gorgeous. I got to go now.
Yes. Her dad was the pastor at the Episcopal Church on the island.
Wow.
And so when President Ford visited the island, he went to church at their church. So
Special.
anyway.
Well, isn't that
absolutely.
special?
I know. Mackinac Island, you guys, is just beautiful. And hello, the best fudge I've ever had in my life.
Now, do you eat fudge normally or just when you're on vacation?
Just when I'm on vacation.
I think that's just everybody.
Yeah, it's a vacation.
All right, so we got to wrap this up. I'm going to read my last three, and you can read your last three. No, two. Right?
I only have last one because I lumped some together.
Oh, okay. So there is the Tusua Ocean Trench in Samoa.
Oh.
And the Basin Blue in Haiti. Got to go to those places.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I teetered. Actually, I do have two. I teetered. Okay.
Okay.
I have been to California, and I love Cali, but there are so many areas of California. I mean, obviously, it is a ginormous state.
It could be
And
three states.
Yes, that is a word, ginormous.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely need to go and see. There's so many areas of California that I have to see. I need to see San Francisco. I have to. I'm excited to go to Monterey next year. I mean, there's just so many things to see. I've only been to SoCal, so I need to.
I'm glad you're going to Monterey because that's where I grew up. When people ask me where I'm from, I tell them the Monterey Bay area.
I'm excited. I'm very excited about that. But the other thing is like totally just this is my work set. I desperately want to go on a mission trip to India. Desperately. Haiti, when you said Haiti, I was like, Haiti's one that I like to do. Nicaragua, I desperately want to do, but India, I really want to do.
Why does India have such the big appeal?
Well, several things. Number one, the sheer number of people there just fascinates me.
Is what keeps me away.
And the sheer and the extreme differences in culture. They're either super wealthy or just so poor. It's not. I don't think they can afford the dirt. It's that poor. That it fascinates me, and and there's so many people that just really need help. But there is a family at our church that are Indian, and his dad is a missionary, and they go there. I mean, they do this all the time. So the thought of going to India on a mission trip with them, where, I mean, he's from
that would
there.
be
So he
cool.
knows everything. And I'm just like, I desperately want to go. And Tom's like, no. So,
Well, it's better than wanting to go to Saudi Arabia or something.
yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I'm okay with that. So,
I wish there wasn't unrest all over the place, because I would love to explore the Middle East. Like, it holds so much fascination for me. And Africa. I've always wanted to go to Africa. But there's just
went.
Yes. She's African. That's what she said.
She is African. So my daughter went, and if you don't know, she spent I don't know, 3 weeks or so in West Africa a couple summers ago. Yes, the summer of Ebola, she was there.
Oh, were you afraid?
I was not, because it didn't come out until as she was coming home. And so she came home, and I didn't think anything of it. She did have a fever when she came home, and she was sick when she came home. However, she did get over it, and whatever it was like an intestinal thing, and she got over it pretty quickly. But had she come home 2 weeks later, they wouldn't have let her in the country.
Wow, that is crazy. Mm-hmm. Well, it's 11 o'clock.
It is, and I'm dusted, you guys. I had a good time, didn't you?
I did. I like this later hour.
I did too.
I like the fact I haven't seen Bree in forever. I love the fact that she was here.
Me too.
And Kim and Cindy and all my friends.
I loved it. So you guys, I think we are going to be moving Swipe Up to Chat to Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that will start next week.
And why are we saying it like we're sad? I think so. It's amazing. Let's do it.
Greatest thing on earth. Bree, we missed your face. She is so she's perfect.
Yeah. Really. She's another Mary Poppins. Yep.
She is another Mary Poppins. She is perfect. So you guys, have a good night. Get some rest. Wake up refreshed and do something tomorrow. Make a difference for someone.
Smile. If you can do nothing else, give a smile.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Night.
Good night.
We love you. We'll see you later.